Officials say Molokai is dealing with one of the most severe outbreaks of bovine tuberculosis in decades. Jen Beniza has more on what's being done to prevent the spread.
Bovine tuberculosis is a bacterial disease primarily found in cattle. According to the manager of the Animal Disease Control Branch, the current outbreak is the worst he's seen in 40 years.
It's probably the most extensive infection on Molokai that I've been involved with, for sure. I mean, historically, they've had some pretty significant infections on the east end of Molokai, where TB is typically endemic, or been endemic on Molokai, but it's a pretty good size infection.
There are currently 6 infected herds, including pig, sheep, and cattle, that were found between June of 2021 and March of this year in central and west Molokai. Moniz says they don't even know the extent of the spread. They're still testing. There are only 2 ways to prevent the spread.
Choices are either to depopulate or test and remove. Test and remove would be multiple tests over a period of about 5 years. As long as they're negative at the end of 5 years, then we could release their quarantine status.
The thing about TB is you don't know if it'll pop up, because it takes time for these things to develop in the body to finally show a sign.
Out of 4 of the infected herds, more than 100 pigs and 60 cattle have been depopulated. There are at least 400 exposed cattle from 2 herds considering testing instead of depopulation. Moniz thinks infected deer and the drought may have caused the outbreak.
Deer are known to be reservoirs for bovine tuberculosis, and then there's something that drives them close to the livestock. There's a chance of spread from the deer back to the livestock, and I'm kind of thinking that's what happened.
More testing needs to be done to know for sure. The Department of Agriculture issued an island-wide quarantine on Molokai to prevent further spread.
If the infection gets away from us on Molokai, it gets to one of the other islands, there's a good chance that we wouldn't be able to move cattle out of the state, or even between locations in the states.
That could cripple Hawaii's cattle industry and have severe economic impacts. It also puts the community at risk. While it is rare, bovine tuberculosis can be passed on to both humans and pets.
Humans can be exposed to this bacteria if they eat undercooked or raw meat, and again, with unpasteurized milk.
It can also be transmitted by handling an infected animal through its secretions or if the animal coughs. Denham says dogs and cats can also get it.
When there is an infection in dogs, it typically manifests with respiratory symptoms and GI tract signs, so vomiting, diarrhea, decreased appetite, that type of thing.
She says the disease can affect the liver and kidney, cause abscesses, and could be fatal. Jen Beniza, KHON2 News, working for Hawaii.